How y'all doing? Welcome to Change is Good. My name is Brian. In this video, we're going to go through another box of half dollars. We'll be looking for silver proofs, NIFCs, or coins not intended for circulation, foreign coins, mint errors, and varieties, such as double dies and repunch mint marks. We're also going to be looking for anything to fill slots in these albums over here. This stamp has been pretty good lately, so hopefully this is a good box. Only one way to find out. Looks innocent. Maybe that's a good thing. We're on the second roll, and we've already got a good sign here. $1967, 40% silver. That's a great start. Let's hope it continues. Roll number 6. We've got another bright and shiny here. Doesn't get much more obvious than that. $1966. Not in bad shape either. All right, let's keep going. Roll number 13. And the silver keeps on coming. Another 67. All right, let's keep going. Next roll, roll number 14. And this is starting to get good. Check that out. 40% here. Looks like a 90 there. We'll pull the 40 first. A nice shiny 69D. Not bad. Now let's see what this one is. That's definitely silver. 64. Philadelphia. First 90 of the box. Let's get back to it. Next roll, roll number 15. And the streak continues. Right there. 68D. That's 5 40% silvers and 190. It's a good box. Let's keep going. Roll number 18. And the shiny stuff has returned. Another 67. All right. I'm liking this box. Man, I'm not complaining, but it just won't stop. We're now on roll number 20. We've got some more silver. $68D. All right, back to it. Roll number 21. And you guessed it. Another 40%er. Another 68D. And I hope it keeps going. We're not even halfway through the box yet. We're on roll number 23. We've got another one. Silver number 10 for the box. This time it's another 67. All right, let's go back to it. I've got the reverse of the 1967 under the scope, and you can see splitting here on the stars and the bottom corners of the lettering and the word states. This is almost definitely a double dot reverse. I'll attribute it another time, but seems like we got a variety. Let's go back to the box. Roll number 24. We finally got something besides silver. It's a double die. Let's go to the scope. Here we have a 1971D in a very late die stage. Although you can still see some of the details. There's extra thickness here in the motto and the date. And if you look at the word trust, there's nothing really unusual except for the bottom of the S is a bit thicker than normal and the top of the T is a bit higher than normal. You can also see extra thickness in the letter T in Liberty, with the top right serif being wide and squared. And if you look at the E in Liberty, you can see a split here at the bottom corner of the middle bar. This is DDO number 16 on Variety Vista in a very late dye stage, so late that most of the details have disappeared. All right, back to the box. Well, it appears roll number 27 is going to be a double feature. Got one here and one there. A nice 68D. See what this one is here. It's a 68D as well. Not a bad roll. Let's get back to it. Roll number 29. And we're going to have something a little bit different this time. We have a low mintage NIFC, or a coin not intended for circulation. It's a 2015 D, and not in too bad a shape either. All right, back to it. Roll number 37, and we have another double die. Let's check it out. Here we have the reverses of two different 1971 Philadelphias. The top example is a regular die. The bottom example is DDR number 1 on Variety Vista. As you can see, the bottom example has slightly thicker lettering than the top example, and if you look at the bottom serifs of the S's on the bottom example, they're rounded and split compared to being narrow and sharp on the top example. All right, let's get back to it. Well, after a bit of a drought, we're finally back on the silver. We're now on roll number 41. Right there in the middle. That's 66. All right, let's keep going. Roll number 44. We got something else shiny in here. It looks like it might be 90%. Yep, a 64. Denver this time. All right. Let's keep going. Next roll, roll number 45. And they just keep on coming. $65. All right. 5 more rolls to go. Roll number 46. We'll have 2 finds. The first one is an NIFC, a 2006 D. And the next find is a double die. Let's go to the scope. Here we have a 1971 P. You can see slight extra thickness here in the motto and the date. And if you look at the word trust, you'll see slight extra thickness in the lettering with faint splitting at the bottom of both legs of the R and the top of the U on both sides. This is WDDO number 2 on Wexler's doubledot.com. All right, back to the box. Roll number 47. We have a last year NIFC. It's a 2020 D with a bit of a ring of death on it. That's all right. Let's get back to the box. Roll number 48. We're not done with the varieties yet. We've got 2 more. Let's go to the scope. Here we have a 1973 D. If you look at the mint mark, you can see a secondary D peeking out here to the top and over here to the left. This is RPM number 1 on Variety Vista. Under the scope is another 1971 D, DDO number 16 on Variety Vista. This example isn't nearly as late of a die stage as the last one, so the details are hard to see, but you can still see the extra thickness here, the motto, the date, the same mint mark placement, and the same thickness over here in the word trust. All right, back to the box. Roll number 49, we'll have 2 finds. The first one is a 2006 D NIFC, and the second find is another double die. Back to the scope. Under the scope is another 1971 D. You can see extra thickness here in the date and the motto, and if you look at the letter I, you'll see the top left serif slopes upward toward the left. You can also see extra thickness here in the word trust with splitting at the bottom of both legs of the R and the top of the U on both sides. You can also see extra width on the letter T in Liberty with wide and split serifs on both sides. And lastly, you can normally see a split here at the bottom corner of the middle bar of the letter E in Liberty, but this example is weakly struck in this area, so it's hard to see that detail. This is DDO number 13 on Variety Vista and can be identified by the splitting in the word trust, the mint mark placement, and the shape of the letter I over here in the word N. All right, 1 more roll to go. Let's get to it. We finally have an empty box. Let's do a recap. Folks, that was an epic box. We had 25 finds in total, with 15 of them being silver. We had 2 90% silvers, 13 40% silvers, with one of them being a DDR. We also had 5 clad double dies, an RPM, and 4 NIFCs. And to top it off, we actually found a full set of 1964 through 1969 silver Kennedy half dollars. Now, although we do need the 1971D, D to number 16 for the albums, and we did find 2 of them in this hunt, these examples are a bit too late of a die stage for me to put in there. The details are just pretty much gone. So I'm going to wait until we get a more definitive example. We've now hunted 53 boxes and have 136 out of 297 slots filled. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and it made you want to raid your parents' safe deposit box, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you have any feedback or questions about any of these finds, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Thanks again, and remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes those stories are absolutely epic. I'll see y'all next time.